Hey everyone, we are here checking out MEG 9 with Skunkwerks Kinetic. Did I say that right?
You got it right.
I was like, it's a lot different coming out.
Yes.
But this is Kevin, who's a lead engineer.
Yep.
And then David, who's the community manager. And we are actually playing MEG 9, which is really cool because if you watched a trailer a year ago, it's completely different. Completely different. So we're going to get started.
Let's do it.
Sure. So for those of you who don't know, MEG 9 is a third-person shooter, effectively with tactical building elements to it. So you'll see here in a second, the player is controlling a vehicle, which we refer to as the rig, and they have 3 different weapons and a defensive module they can equip at a time.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
The art is gorgeous.
Yeah, we're running on Unreal 4 engine, and we're super happy to be on it.
Like the details and the rocks.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's awesome.
Yeah, so we spent a long time working on the world look, and the universe that we're in we call the probability aperture, and the player is effectively working for this multinational corporation called Quantum Multiphasics, and they're tasked with going into this area and investigating. There's a facility that's offline, so it's not really our world per se.
Okay.
The story will explain a little bit more of the nuance with that. We've been working with science fiction writer William Gibson, who's
That's amazing.
local to Vancouver,
Yeah.
friend of the studio for a long time, and he helped us create the universe and the ideas behind it, how it works, how it functions. So that's been really exciting for us. And
it's very narrative driven, correct?
yes.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, so what we're seeing, this is sort of what the single player experience would be like, about 30-40% through the game. The player's pretty comfortable.
Is it scary? That's my biggest question.
It's a pretty desolate world. There's not a lot of humans left as far as we know. The company you're working for is harvesting resources from this area, and so something's wrong with the facility, so you're going to go check it out. That's how we start the player off. That's their knowledge base.
And then you got to figure it out from there.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you quickly discover Meg, who's a robot dog, and she's your companion. We'll see her here in a second.
So first we'll do build mode.
Oh, I didn't know
We'll
Meg
show that
was a
off.
person.
Yeah. Well, she's
Or
I
a
don't
dog.
know.
Robot dog.
Robot dog.
There's a lot of philosophical debate as to whether she's a person or not.
Yes.
She does have a huge part as the narrator of the story, and well, what we're seeing, I'll explain that a little bit more.
We'll do the build mode first.
So what we're seeing here is Dave is deploying a bunch of deployable units.
Turrets.
So there's walls, there's turrets, there's mines, and they're built with parts that you find in the world through destroying enemies and within the environment. So what's happening here is he's building a defense, and he's going to send Meg out to activate this terminal, and then all the enemies are going to rush in. We'll see here.
Oh,
So she hops
there's
out.
Yeah. All right, so she's going to work on that terminal and get that door shut. And I'm going to help her out by defending, along with the stuff that I just deployed. Here we go.
Yeah, so the enemies have breached the corridor, and you're trying to shut down the blast door there to emergency seal this area
Oh,
off.
wow.
Yeah, so we call
You
the
look
enemy.
so creepy.
The enemies we call corruption.
Yep.
And they're nanomachines. They sort of have this mixture of organic material and mechanical, and they're attracted to energy sources. So, but they're
You're a lot of energy too.
yes, yeah. So a lot of energy-based weapons and feel.
Wow, it's a really cool concept, and the fact that you're working with a sci-fi author who like this is his bread and butter. He knows this world. It speaks to me because first-person shooters are not my forte. I love stories.
Yes.
But this, it's a really cool story. It's really eerie, like exploring this world, and I feel like space has been a theme lately.
Sure, absolutely.
Sweet.
To put it lightly. Yeah, I think obviously the story is what attracts a lot of people who are familiar with science fiction narratives and really like investing in a world. We really wanted the combat and the gameplay as well to be pretty flexible with the building and the driving and shooting components. We find that each player will invest in a certain specialty.
Yeah.
Some people love the building and will meticulously plan their strategy first and then engage with the enemies, whereas other players might might just want to run and gun.
Yeah.
And so we built a lot of the scenarios with that in mind.
You want to pop down and show the hangar?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll do that.
So the player can equip new weapons and upgrade their existing gear in the hangar, which works as the store in our game.
Okay.
Yeah, so and it's also sort of like a checkpoint style system. They heal up here.
You can change out your weapons.
change their loadout.
Yeah, all your deployables, your defense, and even upgrade Meg.
There she is.
Oh.
Yeah, we love her.
Oh. Meg.
I know. Oh, Meg.
Meg.
So there's a variety of short, mid, and long range weaponry.
So you can modify
Yeah,
the rig.
yeah.
That's
it gives
right.
you a description of what it is and what it's worth. Everything is in your point system. So we're going to go with this particular scenario. We have some long-range turrets we got to take out, and from the narrative, we find out that weapons that we have right now aren't going to do it. So we got to equip ourselves with a sniper rifle. So we're going to drop that into one of our slots, and I'm actually going to grab the lightning gun because it's a lot of fun too. We'll throw that on that first slot, and now we're ready to go.
So I should say we're working with some really great local voice actors as well. Again, it's a narrative game, so that experience is really important to us, and we hope that when people get their hands on it, they'll really appreciate all the care we put into the sound and the voices.
Oh yeah, and the music's really cool.
Yeah. It's but prefer it at louder volumes.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's very faint, but
Yeah.
for you. But
Yeah.
you should definitely check this out. Will people be able to play this? Or is it on early access on Steam?
So
Well, is there a date?
well, yeah, because
$1 million question.
Actually, last year we did the greenlight process on Steam,
Yep.
and we're greenlit relatively quickly. We were super stoked about that. Got some great feedback from the community, and at this point, we're just trying to make the best experience possible. We don't have a solid release date,
Yeah.
and I
you
would
don't
want
wanna
to tell you
rush
something.
anything.
And
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd rather play a really solid game that you guys took your time
yeah,
on.
exactly,
Yeah.
and we want to be really happy about it. So Dave here is doing an expert job at sniping out these
Wow.
Trying my
homing
best
turrets
here.
As you can see, when they open, they expose their weak spot.
So right in there, we want to nail that. And there we go, one's down.
So in this case, he's built some anti-missile deployable units that are taking out the incoming turrets. So he's given himself some breathing room.
That one's one up there.
Oh yeah.
Is it so the voice you hear, is that Meg talking to you?
Yeah. So
Okay.
one of the voices is Meg.
Okay.
She's sort of your eyes and ears into the world.
She's like Angel.
She's that voice that's sort of in your head, and then there's also Graves, who's one of your handlers. He's like works for your employer,
Okay.
and so he's giving you the official party line, like, okay, we have to go in here, we have to activate this, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it's possible that at some point, what Meg tells you and what Graves tells you conflict.
Being a story-driven, I love a good story, so the voice acting is very important to me.
Sure.
Yeah, and being a voice actor myself, I love it whenever I can really attach to that character.
Yeah.
And I already know I'm gonna love Meg. Yeah.
On that note, we also have a variety of data logs and discoverable objects within the game, which will reveal more of the universe for those that are interested.
Yeah. Nice finding, searching around looking for loot.
Yeah, audio
blueprints, audio logs, anything that adds to the story, and upgrade your vehicle and upgrade Meg.
Yeah. See some drones flying around here.
Do you ever exit your vehicle?
At this point, we're gonna say no.
Okay.
It's gonna be a solid no for now.
No, and that's a really cool concept. It's something that you're not having to walk around this world and be like, oh, it's going to take 20 minutes to get to
Yeah.
the other side. This is a really cool concept with a really cool vehicle.
Oh, thanks. We feel that having the vehicle as your character gave us a lot of options in terms of how the player traverses the universe. We wanted this big open feel for a lot of sections, and if you were walking around, I don't think it would have quite the same effect.
No, not at all.
If I keep watching this, I'll never leave PAX. This is a really cool game. I hope you guys check it out. Where can people learn more about MEG?
So they can follow us on Twitter at Skunkwerks Games, and also our Greenlight page. We're posting details there.
Well, fantastic. I hope you guys check it out. Stay tuned, And thank you guys so much for coming. and
Thank you
meeting
so
with
much
us.
for your time.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Have a great
Enjoy the
PAX.
rest of the PAX.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
You as well.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned. We have more NGN coverage of PAX.